Hey guys, what's cracking? It's Krakenation. I'm coming at you guys today with our week 2 match of Kraken Cup Season 2. We are taking on Pokeboy. He is the coach of the Rally Rotoms. We have never played Pokeboy. Definitely a good player. Definitely gotta be sure to be on our A game today. We prepared pretty hard for this match this week. I think we got a great draft here, and I want to make sure we make the most of this fantastic draft. So let's go ahead and take a look at the team as it exists here. So first up, we've got a Lander Therian. This is a double dancing Lando, Earthquake, and Fly. Earthquake's just really, really good coverage against most of this team. It'll hit everything I need to hit really effectively. And the few things that I click Fly on are... He doesn't really have Fly switch-ins is the thing. His Fly resists are, I guess, Jirachi, which I don't think we mind because it can't come into Fly because we'll click Earthquake the next turn. And Toxicity isn't a great Fly switch in, and those are his two flying resists. Not to mention, he's got a few weaknesses as well. But then Earthquake's really, really good. It just hits everything, just hard as a truck. So there's worlds where we can click Swords Dance. There's worlds where we can click Rock Polish. There's worlds where we can click both. And I think the strength of this double dancing set in this particular matchup is he can find ways to do both. And depending on the team he brings, we might be able to do one or the other or both. Next up, we've got a Bulk Up Payapa Berry Conkeldurr. So what this set basically accomplishes is it lets Conkeldurr get really, really fat very quickly, Drain Punch up for recovery, set up bulk ups, and Payapa Berry lets it take a hit from Starmie or Jirachi and potentially do a ton of damage back to those, which could be crucial in this fight here. Fire Punch is the kind of coverage move that I was like most iffy on, but it lets us hit Frostmoth and lets us hit Heracross. So it felt like the right fit. Obviously things like Honchkrow are a threat to this set, maybe Mimikyu. But after a bulk up or two, I expect we can take one and do a lot of damage with a knockoff or drain. Obviously, Mimikyu's got its disguise, but I feel like we can do probably a pretty decent amount of work against those. Next up, we've got a Specs Swellow. This is our main Mimikyu check. Mimikyu's definitely a threat. We're not bringing Avalugg, so Mimikyu is kind of an issue. I didn't want to bring Avalugg, which just kind of gets destroyed by Heracross, kind of just gets destroyed by Jirachi, and then it kind of actually doesn't fear Arcanine too much, so it's not awful, but things like Frostmoth can kind of break through it. And Frostmoth is kind of weirdly a threat for my team when it's not a great Pokemon overall, not a super high tier Pokemon, but definitely a threat. So this set is usually just a really good revenge killer. He doesn't have a switch in. His team does not have a Pokemon that can switch into Swellow. His best switch in to Swellow is Jirachi, which unless it's like a recovery set or defensive set, I think Swellow does at least like 40 to Jirachi, which is pretty beastly. So I'm going to feel pretty good about this. If I calc this real quick. To like a standard Jirachi, Boomburst is doing like 34 to 40, which isn't bad. Obviously not great, but that's his only switch in, and that is going to be a 3-hit KO, obviously, and 2-hit KO with some chip. We can click a U-turn here and there to get some pivot action on this, so definitely a threat. And I think this Pokemon just... Yeah, Shuckle, also a switch-in, I suppose. But if he brings Shuckle, I don't know. We'll see. We got a wrap. Speaking of Shuckle, I wanted to make sure I brought a spinner because spin support's going to be really important in a matchup where my opponent has a Mega Heracross. The worst thing that can happen, if you notice, I brought a couple Pokemon with Fly that outspeeds Heracross guaranteed, and then obviously Swallow as well. I do not want Heracross to be able to outspeed things, so we wanted to bring both a Rapid Spinner and things that can revenge it, even if I can't get rid of webs. In a world where he doesn't bring Shuckle, Rapid Spin's still really good because it lets this thing outspeed things like Flygon, Arcanine, Jirachi, and Starmie, Dark Pulse. This thing all of a sudden just destroys those Pokemon if it can get rid of the stuff on the field. We are running a pretty fast set. His team has a lot of Pokemon between 70 and 75 speed, a lot of namely important Pokemon like Heracross, Breloom, Toxtricity. Honchkrow is kind of an offensive threat against me. So I wanted to, this speed tier, if you notice, 275 is a common theme on my team because it just is the same speed tier, everything needs a hit. Scald, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam is really good coverage for just about everything. It obviously does not hit Frostmoth very hard, so that's the thing to keep in mind, but can't hit everything. Toxicity, we're not hitting super effectively, but Blastoise doesn't get a real coverage move besides, I guess it gets Earthquake, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't run Earthquake Blastoise against this team. And Scald is still going to do a very, very good chunk to Blastoise, or to a Toxicity, as is Dark Pulse, to be totally honest. So we've got a lot of power there, and this set obviously is our clearer choice, and just offensively very potent against this team, can take a lot of hits. It's like a bulky Pokemon in general, So we've got a lot of natural bulk, so we'll be able to take on things like Rachi, hopefully in a pinch, Starmie in a pinch, Mimikyu in a pinch. Like literally, last was just a great 1v1 check. Next up, we've got Necrozma, just offensive Necrozma here with Moonlight and Thunderwave. Thunderwave is good for the faster Pokemon in this team that we want to be able to slow down. It means we can kind of stall out some Mimikyu if he's not a natural cure Starmie. It's pretty good. Lets us not be set up fodder for Frostmoth, which would be an issue. So that's the logic there. And then Moonlight's for recovery. Originally that was Stealth Rocks, but I ended up not being able to decide on my last spot. And when decided on a especially defensive Metagross set with just 3 attacks and Stealth Rocks, I decided to make the room for Moonlight on Necrozma. But so Metagross is just, this set is basically to stop us from getting 6-0'd by Quiver Dancing Frostmoth. It's also a good revenge killer for Mimikyu with Bullet Punch. It's got some speed on it to outspeed Min Speed Mega Heracross as well as Min Speed Toxtricity if he were some reason to bring either of those. I doubt it. It's there just a little bit for those. The EVs as shown are to outspeed Min Speed Heracross as well as then the Survive. It avoids the 2 at KO from Life Orb Starmie's Hydro Pumps. So Metagross is kind of 1v1 by Starmie. So in a world where he is an offensive Starmie, the goal is to not completely just lose outright to it. If he's a defensive Starmie, we have switch-ins to Starmie then. But if he's an offensive Starmie, we want to not be forced to switch out. So that's basically the philosophy there. So that's the team, guys. Feeling pretty good about it. It was kind of a tricky matchup. Not a great matchup for me, but a team I like a lot still. I think I put a lot of good work into it. So we're going to go ahead and send this challenge over. And we're going to see how this goes. And I'm going to go ahead and export the team real quick, guys. And here we are. Oh, he did bring the Shuckle. Oh, he instantly brought Shuckle. Okay. Okay, so Shuckle's his first Pokemon. I wonder what his lead's gonna be. He fearlessly brought the Shuckle too. So no Flygon, no Arcanine. Mimikyu's there, so we need to keep Swallow healthy. No Breloom. No Honchkro's nice. No Frostmoth is really nice. Okay. And no Liepard. No Honchkrow, no Frostmoth is really nice for me. Rock Polish, Lando kind of can go off here. Guys, I'm nervous. I'll be honest. I'm real nervous here. So his lead of choice, my guess, is Shuckle. I can lead against Shuckle. I can lead, I feel like, Blastoise. Blastoise just feels like a decent lead here in general. I mean, Heracross lead is an issue. If it clicks Bullet Seed, which it very well might against me, it's going to kill. And Skull's not going to do that much back. He has a spinner. Do I feel like he just leads Shuckle? Yeah. Well, let me look at my win cons real quick. How do I think I win this game? Conkeldurr is not a great win con, just because he's brought, like... Conkeldurr was a better win con against the mons he didn't bring, but he brought, like, Jirachi, Starmie, Mimikyu. Like, those 3 Pokemon alone make it hard for Conk to really set up and win, but... To be honest, that kind of pushes me towards leading Conk turn 1. What do I think his lead is? Shuckle. He's got a lot of great leads. I think he's got 3 really potential leads. Shuckle, Jirachi, Heracross. All his most likely leads. I need to find Pokemon that can match up well against those 3. Necrozma's not bad, actually. I think I'll lead Necrozma. If he leads Shuckle, I'm going to feel really bad. Rocks are going to be pretty crucial here. think Necrozma's the lead of choice here. Just start out, lead offensively. I'm thinking, yeah, Necrozma just feels like a good lead. Never lead Swallow. We gotta not lose to, although we probably don't do much to Shuckle. I should, you know what, I should, before I click Necrozma, I need to calc that. Probably do like 20 to Shuckle. I'm gonna lead Blastoise. Hopefully he doesn't lead Hera. Okay, I'm fine with Jirachi lead. We're gonna do this, and his switch in here is literally nothing. He might click T-Wave. We're gonna click the Scald though. So I'm glad I led with the Blastoise. That worked out. And I think I did a good job predicting his possible leads there. I mean, Blastoise is my best answer. Although Shuckle avoids... Oh, Shuckle's so fat. Like, defensive Shuckle does not get O-Code. I mean, it would never be sturdy, right? But... So I'm just going to click Scald. He doesn't have a good switch into this, to my knowledge. I mean, I don't think I ever click Dark Pulse. I think he'll be afraid of Dark Pulse. I don't think he ever goes Starmie here. His switch-ins are either... His switch-ins Heracross, I feel like. Or Toxtricity, which I outspeed. Guys, I'm real nervous. I'm gonna be honest. I am feeling. I don't know what's. I've been. Maybe it's because of how hard I played this game, but like I got the shakes real bad. So we've been waiting a while for this. Yeah, I mean, I'm not one to talk, but I'm going to ask him to play a little faster because this is going to be very long if it takes... I'm not trying to sit here for 5 minutes a turn and explain everything. So Heracross was a switch in, and we clicked the Scald. Unfortunately, we did not burn, but that did not do much damage. So he's a pretty bulky spread, actually. What is Heracross's bulk compared to Mega Heracross? I know it's 10. I know its physical bulk skyrockets, but its special defense actually doesn't change that much. I don't want to just lose Blastoise here. Blastoise is so good. Did a very strange amount of damage, I feel like. Oh, no, he might be speedy, actually. But... unfortunately, like, Scald, it didn't burn, which sucks. I mean, Shouldn't complain about not burning, but did he bring Bullet Seed for me? It literally only hits Blastoise. I only have one grass weakness on my team. I don't think he's got Bullet Seed. I'm going to click the skull again. Hopefully burn here. Oh, he had it. Damn. I'm going to go into Swellow and click U-turn. I'm sorry, just trying to run a calc here. I'm fairly sure Swellow's U-turn kills. It's actually not guaranteed, which is unfortunate, but because I think he saves this. And if I click U-turn and I go into Conk, he'll go Starmie or if I click Boom Burst, next turn he's gonna go Rachi. I'm gonna click U-turn. So U-turn was the play. Okay, guys, real quick, we gotta look at Shuckle's move pool because I don't know what Shuckle does. Doesn't it get Encore? It does get Encore. Yeah, I don't have a defogger anymore. It's okay. It's not like the end of the world. So I'm gonna click. I mean, if I go, what's the most punished play? He always goes Starmie on my. Honestly, webs don't affect me that much. Do I think he has Encore? Shuckle, rocks, infestation, webs, Encore. Yeah, it's always runs Encore. So he's got Toxic. Maybe I'm going to click Photon Geyser. Again. Let him click his webs. Yeah, dude. My Heracross is slower than your whole team. Sorry, you just Toxic the one Pokemon that webs affects. Yeah, I don't really care about webs here. Alright, well, if this has... Just going to switch in here to Photon Geyser. I'm going to go hard in the meta here. He doesn't have the Encore. Oh. Okay, but I guess Toxic would have cut my sweep short. I'm going to click my rocks here. Sticky webs. All right, so I'm gonna click the earthquake here. He can't touch me. So this was weird. This is a weird Metagross set. If this was... Alright, dude. I'll keep clicking Earthquake all day long. I don't mind this. Oh, wait. Do I click Bullet Punch here? Ever? No. Click Earthquake for the Starmie switch in. So Landorus is going to win this game, I think. Kong's not great. It's going to be Lando. Losing Blast sucks, but webs don't matter, actually, in reality. Webs mostly affected Blastoise, to be totally honest. And Necrozma, but Necrozma is toxic already, so... We're going to have to use Necrozma as more of a tank this game. So I'm going to click the Earthquake because no matter what, it hits literally everything. We went into Starmie like predicted. I'm just going to click the Earthquake here. So we clicked Recover. I don't have a great switch in, unfortunately. Man, I wish I could explode. Okay, so he's playing pretty well. I got to start giving him some credit with the plays. If I was him right now, I'd recover because it's my healthiest I'd be, I think. But although I know recover is punished by a switch, so I'm gonna click the earthquake again. Nice. Okay, nice. Yeah. Bullet punch does not that much, unfortunately. He's gonna click here. I'm gonna go into swallow here on the recover. Boom burst kills. It also does a lot to Shuckle, which takes a lot of health damage from rocks here. So I'm gonna click boom burst. What's your switch in? Show me. Sack off your Heracross. And we're gonna need to just pressure with. I mean, your switch-in's actually, I guess, Rachi. Actually, what am I saying? But we're gonna click Boom Burst on Rachi, anyways. Do we ever click Heat Wave here? Or U-turn? U-turn's not a trash play, actually. I'm just gonna click the Boom Burst, I think. It's safe. I mean, does Shuckle take the same damage from both Heat Wave and Boom Burst? Yeah, it does. It doesn't hit Starmie. So it's like, what if he stays in with Starmie? Yeah, he stayed in with Starmie. Okay, so I don't mind that at all. That's really good, actually, because that's the only mon that can really hit Landorus. I kind of expect Boom Burst. I think it would just go into Metagross here. If he clicks Overdrive here, I'm a sad fella. But I just go into Landorus and click Swords Dance on the next turn. I think he's Scarf, and he's gonna click the electric move, which honestly means like Metagross takes one. So we clicked Boom Burst. Okay. Throat Spray. Nice bluff. Swellow's gonna revenge this next turn, my guy. So I'm just gonna click Earthquake again. So I just clicked Bullet Punch here. Yeah. So that sneak did... Little confused here. I'll be honest, guys. Little confused. That sneak did 23.6. Okay, so he's like, no investment. I'm gonna click Bullet Punch again. Okay, so honestly, Metagross kind of puts in the finest of work here. So I'm not ready to lose him. I'm going to go hard into Necrozma here. Interesting set. Gonna click Thunderwave here. I don't know why he's doing this. Oh, he's gonna try to... I'm gonna click Thunderwave. Okay, no matter what, we're not gonna let him heal help Heracross, so we click Photon Geyser here 100%, 20% of the time. Although I'm pretty sure, to be fair, Swellow revenges Heracross right now. Oh, Heracross also dies to the rock switch, and what am I saying? Yeah, good thing I rethought that. Reflect? He's not Light Clay. I'm just gonna click Moonlight. Reflect, Wish. Maybe like Calm Mind. Calm Mind would be good. I'm gonna go hard into Lando, I think, actually. Set up a Swords Dance. The random clutch EV that Metagross paid. So he gets full parried. And we're going to click the Rock Polish here. So I'm going to click Rock Polish here. No, I just click Earthquake, and I take one from Mimikyu, always. No, I click Rock Polish. And I'm just going to click Earthquake here. And win this game. So, definitely didn't think that was an ideally built team. Bullet Seed on Metagross on Heracross worked out. But I don't think he could have... Like, it's not an ideal move to run, you know? And Toxicity being slow was illogical, to my knowledge. I ran Speed EVs for max speed, so min speed Heracross, and it worked out for Toxicity. Metagross ended up being... Like, Landers got all the kills, but... Like... Metagross was the real MVP of that game for sure. Worked really well there. He just didn't have an answer. Felt pretty good about that one, guys. I mean, Pokeboy's still a learning player. To his credit, I thought he made some good plays at the early game. Just felt like his team building probably wasn't up to snuff towards the late game, and that's something you got to learn from. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Krakenation out.